Ladies and gentlemen, the $188,000 run on PrizePicks is officially over because they just banned my account for winning too much. I'm going to go over to the board and I'm going to try to place a random bet on the MLB. I'm just going to take the first two props that are up here. Matthew Boyd to go over 5 strikeouts and Steven Kwan to go over hitter fantasy score. I'm going to try to put 10 bucks on it. And guys, look what happens. The maximum lineup amount for one of the sports in your lineup is $5 right now. PrizePicks, I have made so much money on this website that they have banned me to only betting $5. And that is because I have made over $188,000 in gross winnings at a 30% profit margin, meaning I have made over $50,000 in profit on PrizePicks in only 10 months. As you can see over here, I only joined in December 2023, and that was only 10 months ago. And I'll go ahead and I'll refresh the page so you guys don't think that I edited this web page or anything. I have almost $10,000 in my account and I've won over 1,000 lineups. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining exactly how I did this, why PrizePicks banned me, and how you can copy my success exactly to take your account from $1,000 to $10,000, exactly how I did over 4 times. This is the 5th time, and it looks like this is going to be the last time that I ever withdraw $10,000 from PrizePicks. So I'm going to show you guys this again. I'm just going to go over to the MMA. I'm going to choose 2 random props. Clayton Carpenter to go over 63.5 significant strikes, and Junior Taffa to go over 20.5 significant strikes. I'm going to try to put 20 bucks on this. I literally never bet on the MMA. Maximum lineup amount is $5. Absolutely crazy, guys. It's crazy that PrizePicks has done this to me, and it's crazy that I've been able to accomplish this all in just 10 months. Luckily, the week that I got banned, which was last week, we went out with an absolute bang, making over $1,000 in profit in literally 2 days. We turned $80 into $240 on this League of Legends 2-man. We turned $80 into $800 on this 10X in soccer from the Sharp Tank Discord. And then guys, we went back to back in the NFL. We turned $35 into $525. And then just like I said, back to back, we turned $50 into $500 in this Green Bay versus Minnesota game. Next, we hit this Caleb Williams free square to go over 0.5 passing yards. We cashed out on this 3X easily, turning $5 into $15. And guys, if you're wondering why I only bet $5 on this, they limited me to only using $5 on all discounts, promotions, and Taco Tuesdays. So for example, these free squares, Caleb Williams to go over 0.5, for example, they would only let me bet $5 maximum. But that's not even it. We have another 10X. We turned $40 into $400 in this Tennessee versus Miami and Seattle versus Detroit Monday Night Football stack. And then just to rub it in their face, I know PrizePicks absolutely hated this. This happened right before I got banned. We swept the board on Taco Tuesday, going 6 for 6 on all of our props. We had Barcola to go under his shots, Erling Haaland to go under his shots on targets, and then we had 2 DMPs. That turned us into a 3-man. We hit the Tyreek Screwball Taco. We turned $5 into 11.25 for a 2.25x. And then most impressively, we swept on our League of Legends props. We've been hitting these props at an absolutely insane rate, guys, like a 65-70% hit rate on all esports. And we cashed out on all of the tacos on Taco Tuesday, including another 4-man 8.5x, which I'm about to show you. Before I show you the last taco, we put another cherry on top, guys, turning $70 into $630 for a 9x. This was also from Sharp Tank. We had some soccer correlation going on here. And then like I said, this was the last flip that I hit before I got banned. This was the last taco on Taco Tuesday. We swept the entire board, guys, hitting every single prop on Taco Tuesday. We turned $5 into $42.50 in this Miami versus Cal game. So boys, it was a fun run on PrizePicks. Unfortunately, it doesn't really make sense for me to use it anymore. I can only bet $5, $25 per day. If I try to put in more than $25 in bets, it will say the maximum amount that I can win per day is $250, which is a daily $25 limit, guys. It is not $25 per slip. It is $25 every single day. So even though I can't bet on PrizePicks, what I can do is I can share my plays with you guys and I can help you guys to make money. I do have a VIP Discord where I sell all of my plays, guys. My plays that have made me over $50,000 in net winnings on PrizePicks. You guys can find the link down to my VIP Discord where I give out all my plays in the description. When you join, it's going to take you inside of the Discord, and where I post all my plays is this channel called PrizePicks VIP. When I tag the PrizePicks notification, you're going to get a notification to your phone saying that I dropped a slip. I will drop it with the link and the picture. Literally all you have to do is copy my bets exactly every single day, every single one of my plays, and you will profit over the long run. You will make a shit ton of money on PrizePicks. This is exactly what I did to make my first like $20,000 to $30,000 on PrizePicks. I literally just copied my slips from other Discords. I paid for that knowledge, and I paid for someone else who was more profitable than me to make the slips. Literally all I did was copy them every single day, and I made over $30,000 in profit before I started making my own plays and selling my own plays, which was a couple months ago. The price will be increasing in a month, so if you guys want to lock it in at this very cheap price, we are up over 35 units in the last 3 days. That means if you would have put $50 on every single play that I gave out in the last 3 days, you'd be up over $1,750. I also track all of my bets on a third-party app called Pikkit, and this is my September Pikkit, not even synced for the last Sunday where I made over $1,000. This basically only tracks one of my PrizePicks accounts. And as you can see, guys, I made over $5,000 in profit in September alone. If you guys don't know what Pikkit is, this is a betting app where you log into your PrizePicks or whatever your sports betting account is, and it reads off all the data and it tells you exactly what your profit loss is and what your record is. So this stuff can't be faked, guys. This is all third-party tracked and verified. You guys can go ahead and follow me on Pikkit if you guys want to see my profit loss. So let's get into the strategy that I use to make all this money, and that is going to be a strategy called correlation. I have several videos on my YouTube channel talking about this topic, guys, and that is because it is so important to use on PrizePicks. This is how you want to play every single slip that you play on this website, and I'm serious when I say that. Every single thing that you play should have correlation because it makes it 10 times easier to run up a bag and make profit on this website. So what does correlation mean? It means the things inside of your parlay are connected. So if one thing happens, then another thing is going to happen. Very simple example. First, we have Trevor Lawrence to go over 1.5 passing touchdowns. If Trevor Lawrence goes over his passing touchdowns, doesn't it make sense that his wide receiver, his star wide receiver, might catch a touchdown, right? Because Trevor Lawrence is throwing to those wide receivers. So we paired up Trevor Lawrence's touchdowns with Brian Thomas, who was on the same team, his wide receiver, to go over his touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence threw a touchdown to Brian Thomas in this game, and then he threw another touchdown to another receiver. So we cashed out on this correlated stack right here. This is called a correlated stack because there is correlation between these two outcomes. They are on the same team, they're in the same game, and the quarterback is throwing to the wide receiver. Same exact thing right here, guys. We have CJ Stroud to go over his passing attempts, to go over 34.5, and then we have Nico Collins to go over his reception targets. So if a quarterback is throwing a lot of passing attempts, let's say Tom Brady has 50 passing attempts, doesn't it make sense that his receiver is going to have a lot of targets? Yes, because the quarterback is targeting the wide receiver. So we cashed out on this other correlated stack for a 15x profit, guys, turning $35 into $525. We did the exact same thing right here. We had Jordan Love to go over 33.5 passing attempts, and Jaden Reed, his star wide receiver, to go over 6.5 targets. Very obvious correlation. If a quarterback throws a lot of attempts, then the wide receiver is going to have a lot of targets. Then we did the exact same thing. This is kind of a more tricky correlation. We have Sam Darnold to go over 1.5 passing touchdowns, and Justin Jefferson to go over his fantasy score. Obviously, Sam Darnold is throwing to Justin Jefferson. If they throw a touchdown or they get a lot of yards, Jefferson's going to have a lot of fantasy score, and Darnold is going to go over his passing touchdowns. We cashed out for a 10x profit, turning 35 into 350. I also placed this with $50 on it, and we turned that into $500 like I showed you earlier in the video. This is another example of correlation, guys. This is going to be a little bit more tricky, but it is very, very profitable, and it is very, very strongly correlated. We had Tony Pollard to go over his rushing attempts, and then we have Devin Achane to go less than his rushing attempts. So in this game, Tennessee is playing Miami, and Tennessee, they are basically leading all game. If you guys know football, you know that when a team is leading, generally they run more because they want to run down the clock, they want to win the game, and they want to get first downs. So Tony Pollard, he's on the Titans who are winning. He goes over his rushing attempts by a lot because they're leading in the game. Meanwhile, Miami, they're trying to come back and get back in the game. So if you're a football fan, what does a team do when they are down? Let's say you're down by 14 points and you need to come back in the game. You're going to throw the ball a lot because you need to move the ball and get points. So the running back went under his rushing attempts because the Dolphins were trying to get back in the game and they were throwing more. We paired this up with Geno Smith to go over 248 passing yards and DK Metcalf to go over his receiving yards. If a quarterback gets a lot of passing yards, doesn't it make sense that the wide receiver on his team is going to go over his receiving yards? Obviously, guys, yes, because these two things right here are correlated. This is correlation. What you don't want to do, and what 99% of people on PrizePicks are doing, is they are choosing random props that have nothing to do with each other, and they are making these terrible slips. Let's say I go over to the MLB board and I start looking at some props. I see Matthew Boyd over 5 strikeouts. I look at his last 5. He's gone over in 4 of his last 5, and then in this game he got 5 exactly. So I'm going to choose him to go over because he's gone over in his last 5. And then I go over to college football. I see Travis Hunter, 97.5 receiving yards. I look at his last 5. He's gone over in 4 of his last 5. I'm going to choose him to go over because he's been absolutely lighting it up lately. And then I go to the NFL. And I see Kareem Hunt, 46.5 rushing yards. I look at his last 5. He played last game. He had 69 yards. He's a lock to go over 46.5, obviously. And then I go back to college football. Start looking at some passing yards. I see Dylan Gabriel, 243.5. I look at his last 5. He's gone over in 4 of his last 5. I'm going to choose him to go over his passing yards. Guys, this is an absolutely terrible slip. Why? Because none of these things have anything to do with each other. Matthew Boyd, if he goes over his strikeouts, it has nothing to do with Travis Hunter going over his receiving yards. It has nothing to do with Kareem Hunt going over his rushing yards. And this has nothing to do with Dylan Gabriel going over his passing yards. None of these things are connected. None of these things are in the same game, and there is no correlation between these. So why would you ever want to pick 4 things that have nothing to do with each other when you could place a correlated lineup like this? Dylan Gabriel and his receiver to go under, and then Kareem Hunt, more rushing attempts, and Kelsey, less targets. If the Chiefs are winning and running the ball more, they're going to have more rushing attempts, and then Kelsey's not going to get the ball because they're not going to be throwing the ball that much. This is an example of a good slip, and this is an example of a really bad slip. Also, guys, you saw me looking at these last 5 stats. You do not want to use these. These are complete garbage. They will not help you make money. In fact, they will actually help you lose money. Why? Because PrizePicks, they already know what happened in the last 5 games when they set this line. When they set this line of 243.5, you can't just look at what happened in the last 5 games and make a decision. It doesn't work like that. They factor in everything when they set this line to be exactly 50-50. They know what happened in the last 5 games. They know the injury reports. They know the weather. They know the lineups. They know how the offense goes against the defense. This is literally a billion-dollar company, and you are not going to beat them by using some stats that they literally provide, guys. Why would PrizePicks give you a map to beat them? It makes no sense. They put this here as a distraction to get you to bet on things based off of recent performance, which has nothing to do with what's going to happen in the next game. So please, guys, stop using this last 5 garbage. It will only help you lose money. If you want to be a profitable sports bettor and you want to take your account from $500 to $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000, join the VIP, get my VIP plays inside of my Discord, copy all of my plays exactly, stop making your own plays, and you will profit, guys. I'm so confident in this that I will give you all of your money back if you join the Discord, and we are not positive units on the month. So if we get to the end of whatever month this is, the end of October, and we are not positive on the month, I will give you all of your money back. So this is completely zero risk, guys. When you get inside the Discord, like I said, PrizePicks VIP is going to be where the PrizePicks plays are. And this is the VIP chat where you can talk to me and you can answer any question. And I will answer any question that you have. I'm also going to provide my email address in the description as well as my Discord username. So if you guys want to message me and ask anything before joining the Discord, feel free to. All right, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope to see you inside the Discord because we are going to be cashing out massively over the college football and NFL season. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.